What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? This is your boy, the Dread Man, here with my boy Flipside with the 2023 edition of Week 15's NFL Fourth and Goal podcast. Flip, how you doing, man? Oh my
I don't
God!
know. I don't know anymore.
Jesus H Christ Almighty!
I'm just enjoying the game, I guess. At
Jesus!
This point. I'm not even worried about the game. I'm worried about the after the game segment. If I don't get a notification on my phone after the game about somebody being fired, then you can ask me how I'm doing after that one.
Jesus H Christ on a stick. Guys, for everybody who's tuning in, we do predictions. We didn't bother to do a prediction for this LA Chargers versus Las Vegas Raiders game. And now we see with the score being 35-0 with 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter, it's within good reason. Now, looks like in that earlier game with the, I believe it was week 4, week 5, with the Broncos and the Miami Dolphins, looks like the Dolphins. Hold my beer. Look at everybody say, hold my damn beer. I don't believe what the hell I'm seeing. 35 points and a half. Tell me what's 35 plus 35. 70.
70, and it's looking like it's about to be maybe another touchdown for them because I'm pretty sure it's about to be a 3-0.
Jesus.
So it might even be worse than that at this point.
I don't even know. The thing is, bro, these are Madden numbers. You don't even see this on these are video game numbers.
This was a 21 skunk about to be 221 skunks in the first half at this point.
I can't even do it, bro. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Anyway, what an interesting week we had last week. Anyway, before we get into our predictions, Flip, what was your game of the week for week 14?
Game of the week for week 14.
Last week,
I had one.
We had some
in my brain.
Yeah,
then this game happened, and I lost everything. So let me go see real quick.
The Bills and the Chiefs. Let's see.
Titans Dolphins was fun. Titans Dolphins was fun, actually. Hold on, it might be that one.
Yeah,
that's the one. Oh, you know what? No, it's got to be the Ravens Rams. It has to be the Ravens Rams.
Yeah, because
that Ravens Rams game was crazy.
Oh my God! You gotta be kidding me.
It was fun. Kyron Williams was killing it on the ground. I thought the Rams had him, and then Lamar just pulled off an MVP feat. Had Odell Beckham looking like he was back on the Giants. It was great. They were killing it.
No, the Raiders didn't just score again. No, they didn't just score again.
Yeah, I gotta give it to them.
Bro.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
I don't think so.
Did they? I don't freaking know anymore.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was Bills. It was Bills. What you call it for me? Yeah, Bills Chiefs for me, and of course, Patrick Mahomes had his little temper tantrum, which he was sort of kind of justified in it. Because
he wasn't. He was not justified. They've gotten so many ticky-tack calls over the years in crunch time. For them to finally call that, I'm glad they did call it because it was the right call. You don't alter the game just because. It wasn't even like he altered the game. It wasn't like he threw the flag right after Kelsey threw it to him and they were running in for a touchdown. He threw it the second the ball was snapped. So it was nothing like fraudulent about it. There was nothing about it that felt like it was rigged. They were holding the Chiefs or anything. No, he just lined up off sides, and they've been calling it a lot this season. Yeah. And it just happened for the Chiefs, and the Chiefs got upset about it. And then Andy Reid doubled back because he realized he was wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like there was nothing wrong about that play. It's annoying that so many people were like all the sports analysts, even like the former offensive guys. They were just like screaming, it's unfair. You shouldn't call that in that moment. It ruins the integrity of the game. Like, no,
but it is crazy how calls like that. It's crazy how calls like that do only happen in crunch time. The last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, but how many times have we seen
benefit from it
bailed out by pass interference?
Yeah.
How many times have we seen a team get bailed out by we don't have the defense getting offsides and they can look at the line judge to see if they're lined up offsides? It's like no, it shouldn't if you do your job as a receiver, you line up. He didn't even look at the line judge and ask. He just lined up. He didn't even do his job. So there's nothing I can say that just tells me like, oh man, the Chiefs got hold in that situation. No, they made the right call.
Yeah, and I mean, and not to mention they had plenty of chances to put the game away before that call, but that's neither here nor there.
It wasn't a case of the Chiefs, like couldn't. I mean, they probably could have drove down the field and did something. Yeah. That was a great play by Kelsey. It was just unfortunate that Kadarius Toney lined up off sides, and people were mad about that. So I mean, hey, I don't know.
All right, most improved team of the week for me. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but then again, I can. It's the Broncos.
The Broncos have been on the roll, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's been strange. Actually, you can give most improved to like...
I mean, it was against the Chargers team, so I don't know if you can say that's most improved, honestly.
Yeah.
I got a team on my list. I got two teams on my list.
I got three.
I would put for the Broncos, but yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I got three. But yeah, what are your two?
My two are the Bears and the Jets. I thought what's his name? Zach Wilson came out and he bowled out against this Texans team. I didn't think it'd be I knew it was gonna be close, but I didn't think it was gonna be a blowout where the Texans just get shut they shut CJ Stroud completely out.
Yeah.
He couldn't get any rhythm going. I guess you could attribute that to Tank Dell and Nico Collins being hurt, but it was a terrible showing. Like the Jets defense demolished them. Zach Wilson threw for like 300 yards, I think, somewhere near
close
that.
To it.
He was unstoppable out there. And then you got the Lions and Bears. Justin Fields went out there and he just cooked the Lions. Yeah. Jared Goff couldn't get anything going. Yeah, both of those teams. Those are teams where we looked at them and we thought to ourselves, the quarterback, is gonna, kind of like be the make or break guy for that team. So for Zach Wilson and Justin Fields to go out there and cook like that, I got to give them most improved.
Yeah. All right, choke of the week. You can either give it to Green Bay. Well, I'll give it to either Green Bay or I'll give it to let's see.
No, you give it to Miami.
Miami, yeah.
It's 100% Miami.
Yeah, either Green Bay or Miami. Yeah, definitely Miami.
No, I'm 1,000% giving it to Miami.
Monday night is
Green
cursed.
Bay, you still got a guy in Jordan Love who's wishy-washy. Meanwhile, you got a guy over there in Miami who everyone was calling MVP.
Yeah.
You got another guy in Miami. I mean, he got hurt. Tyreek got hurt, so I'm not gonna fault him for the game. It's just once Tyreek got hurt, Tua turned into a nightmare for that team. It was bad.
Yeah.
Tua looked a little fraudulent out there. I'm not gonna lie.
It's too early for that.
It was a little.
Yeah.
No, it ain't too early for that. We've seen Tua throw a lot of 6 picks. No, we've seen him throw a lot of pick sixes this season. We already said to ourselves that Tua is only as good as this system is because Tyreek Hill is carrying that team to me.
Exactly. He can get away with that.
So when he's off the field, Tua, he looks fraudulent. It's Tua being Tua. We already know that you could put a lot of quarterbacks into that system. They can do what Tua can do. All Tua does is just throw a deep ball and he gets the ball out quick. But it's easy to get the ball out quick when all your receivers are speedy.
Oh hell yeah!
So I mean, I don't know. He looks a little fraudulent to me, but I've been saying it for a while now.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get right into SNF Saturday Night Football. First, we got the Minnesota Vikings 7-6. Going up against the Cincinnati Bengals 7-6. Who you got? Vikings, Bengals.
I think I gotta take the Bengals in this one. Jake Browning, he's looked pretty solid. The Vikings are kind of in a merry-go-round situation right now, where they're just kind of like rotating in quarterbacks. I think it's Nick Mullins this time now. Josh Dobbs I think he's like third in the pecking order.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, he's good now, but you don't know if he's going to be able to take a hit out there because I mean, that he's probably got bruised ribs at this point. So
Yeah.
he's probably playing through some bruised ribs. He's gonna take an injection and go out there. Meanwhile, you got a Bengals offense and defense who have been clicking with Jake Browning in the game. So I can't really bet on not the Titans, the Vikings to go out there and do anything. So give me the Bengals in this one. I'm gonna say 24-17 over the Vikings.
Yeah, I actually think this is going to be a close competitive game because it seems like this year is the year of the backup QB, battle of the backups. I mean, and it all depends on the weapons around them. It depends on the O-lines, and it also depends on the defense of the opposite team. And I think that at this point, Cincy's defense is slightly better than Minnesota's defense. I think, and by that I mean that they can do a better job getting the quarterback. I think that Jake Browning has a little bit better coverage and protection, and that's going to play a key role. And not to mention, I mean, the running game is pretty even in my opinion, but I mean, it all just depends on who makes it's going to come down to who makes the better splash plays. And this is a home game for Cincy. Cincy needs this win. Part of me hopes they don't get it because they're tied with my Steelers, but I mean, I gotta be unbiased here. So going ahead and give me the Bengals in this game. Let's say 21-17. Next up, speaking of my Steelers, we got the Indianapolis Colts at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been in free fall for the last couple of games, dropping 2 games to sub-500 teams. Indy, they're talented, but they look shaky too. And once again, need I remind you, there is a 5-way tie in the AFC. 5 teams have a 7-6 record. And it's for pretty much all the wild card marbles. The 6th and 7th seeds, are being fought for right now. But yeah, it seems like the Steelers have no real direction with Mitch Trubisky as their starting quarterback. Gardner Minshew, at this point, I'll say Gardner Minshew is better than Mitch Trubisky. Hell, I'll even say he's probably better than Mason Rudolph. He's a very serviceable QB. And it's just a shame that Indy doesn't. I mean, the running game is pretty solid. I'll give them that. Steelers' defense is A1, but, it doesn't matter how good the defense is if they're on the field for 50 minutes while the offense is on the field for 10. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to give this one to Indy. Give me the Colts in this game 24-14 over the Steelers. Who you got? Steelers, Colts.
Steelers, Colts. I guess honestly, this is gonna be one of those games where it's just either way for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say anything. Mm-hmm. I can't sit here and be like, the Colts are gonna take this one handily. I can't say the Steelers are gonna take this one handily because both teams have too many flaws. There's no Jonathan Taylor this week. I think Kenny Pickett's still out.
He's out until next week. He's out till next Sunday.
Okay, so so it's still Trubisky show.
Oh God.
This just seems like another low-scoring game where maybe the Steelers win, maybe the Colts win. Both are battling for the AFC still, so I can't sit here and be like, oh, it's a momentum thing for either one. It's just going to come down to the wire for me, I guess. I can see this ending like 16-19, and whoever just has the ball at the last bit gets it. So I'll lean towards the Steelers in it just because TJ Watt might make a play.
Yeah.
So give me the Steelers in this 19-16 over the Colts.
Yeah, all right, next up. Oh, boy, this one is a very, very interesting game. We got the Denver Broncos going on the road against the Detroit Lions. The Lions, it seems like they had some promise earlier on in this season. They're 9-4 right now, but it seems like, I don't know if it's them, but it seems like they're kind of starting to run out of gas. And they're running out of gas against a team who's picking up momentum and a team who a lot of people didn't even consider to be in the playoff hunt, the Denver Broncos. But now it seems like they're clicking, they're getting things together. Russell Wilson's looking like his old self again. And the thing is, I don't even think he's looking more mature. He's looking like he's more adaptable. He can't run around and scramble like he used to, so he's trying to be more of a pocket passer. And the thing is, he's getting the protection to the point where it works for him now. And Denver's their defense is pretty decent too. It's just can that Detroit offense, can they rise to the occasion? And the thing is, they've been very, very mistake prone on the offensive side of the ball. This is a very, very tough one. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and give this one to the Broncos. Give me the Broncos, let's say 24-23 over the Detroit Lions. Who you got? Lions, Broncos.
The Lions might be on a skid here, and the Broncos, I mean, they're right there. Yeah. They're literally right there. The Chiefs might end up losing the division if they can't win this week. So, I feel like the Broncos are just on their ass, and they're gonna keep pushing forward and forward because they're one game behind.
Yeah.
All they have to do is just win one, and the Chiefs drop one more, and they got it. So, you're talking about a Lions team that Jared Goff, he's been bad with the ball. He's been turning the ball over. He can't, get drives going. The Lions defense clearly can't make a stop. They let the Bears put 28 on them. Russ is a game manager. Russ, he doesn't really turn the ball over much. Javonte Williams, he's much healthier now. That ACL injury, I mean, you could see in the first half of the season, it was still, it still affected him, in the run game, but he's getting healthier and healthier each week. So that run game is getting crazier. The defense is still crazy. This could be another game where we just see the Lions take another L, and that's the trajectory I'm expecting to go because this Broncos team, Sean Payton, has turned it around since that 70-point game. So I'm going Broncos here. I'm gonna say Broncos win this. 27-23 over the Lions.
That's a reasonable score. Next up, we got Tank Division, a.k.a. the NFC South battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Oh, boy, the Panthers, are hot garbage dumpster juice right now. It's probably because C.J. Stroud not C.J. Stroud, but Bryce Young has no weapons and no protection. Boy, Atlanta, they are just ski-daddling by. And the thing is, they need this win to take to be at the top of the NFC South again, which is the worst division in football again. But at this point, I mean, all Atlanta has to do is just be serviceable, and I think that they can do that in this game. So go ahead and give me the Falcons over the Panthers. Let's say 20-13. Who you got? Falcons, Panthers.
This should be a Falcons game. The Panthers are defeated.
Yeah, they're done.
The Panthers have given up.
Yeah.
They're just tanking for picks at this. I don't even think they get the pick. They don't even get their pick. Their pick is gone. Their pick goes to the Bears. The Bears might have 2 first-round picks, 1 and 2. They could end up getting Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison on the same team if they wanted to.
Lord.
But the Panthers, they're done. It's Bryce Young's rookie season hasn't been great. He doesn't have many weapons. When Adam Thielen is your number one guy, it's not going to go well. Miles Sanders, they paid all that money to him, and he did not pan out at all. Chuba Hubbard can't do anything really. I mean, he's had some pretty good games, but he's not a guy that's going to carry him. So. This Falcons team is really just one quarterback away from being a team that can compete in the NFC. So, I'm just gonna give it to the Falcons here. I mean, there's no hope in betting on the Panthers. So, give me the Falcons in this 23-13 over the Panthers.
All right. Next up, this is a throwback matchup. We got the Chicago Bears going up against the Cleveland Browns, the Joe Flacco-led Cleveland Browns. The writing's on the wall for the Browns to take this one. But thing is, I don't know. It's kind of too little too late. But the Bears are kind of starting to show life now. And that's because the O-line is stepping up. And Justin Fields is playing like he wants to be kept. But it's just, I mean, with as good as Cleveland's defense is and with Joe Flacco seems like, he has risen from the dead. Unless something crazy and miraculous happens, this is an open and shut case for me. Going ahead and give me the Cleveland Browns. let's go ahead and say 26-17 over the Bears. Who you got? Bears Browns.
Bears Browns. This is gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco has kind of turned his team around again.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone thought if they put P.J. Walker or Dorian Thompson-Robinson back in that lineup, the Browns are just gonna be sorry. Mm-hmm. No, they went and said, no, we're gonna bring Joe Flacco on, and Joe Flacco's doing Joe Flacco things. He's airing the ball out. He's putting up yards. He's getting it to the guys. And the defense is, the defense is the defense. They always end up locking the team up or doing enough to keep that team in the game. So, Justin Fields might have a long day. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he at least keeps it somewhat close. But I just think that this Browns team, they have enough to make it to the playoffs. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they go deep into the playoffs, but they should be able to beat this Bears team. It's going to be close, but I'm going to say the Browns will win this 23-21 over the Bears.
All right. Next up, you got the Green Bay Packers at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs, they seem like they want to play. The thing is, now they're playing more hard. I mean, I guess as much hard as you can have with a Baker Mayfield-led team. But Baker Mayfield, he's starting to, get his little second win too. And a lot of people really are questioning Green Bay now. It's like, well, how good is Jordan Love really? Well, we're about to F around and find out. And the thing is, you can debate as far as whether Jordan Love is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. I mean, the thing is, but then on both sides, I mean, come on, you got Mike Evans tearing it up right now. And I think that he's better than Christian Watson is. But I think that Green Bay has a slightly better running game. Oh boy, this is hard because it might come down to one little splash play. Who has the ball in the last 3 or 4 minutes? Oh boy. Hopefully this ain't a situation where Green Bay chokes it away again, because that's the reason why I'm having a hard time picking them against Tampa Bay now. They're both 6-7, so they both need this win. And just think, man, this is hard. You know what? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go ahead and say Green Bay. Let's say 24-21 over Tampa Bay. Who you got? Packers Bucks.
Packers Bucks.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the Bucks here.
I'm not surprised.
The Packers are interesting, man.
They're bipolar. That's what they are.
Yeah, they're bipolar. Just what's his name? Jordan Love. He's not there just yet. He's having a pretty solid first year. Mm-hmm. I can't call it his rookie year. I'll just say his first year as a starter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's having a solid first year as a starter. I can't fault him for being wishy-washy a little bit. Mm-hmm. He'll probably improve by next year. Mm-hmm. It's just that team is a little too unreliable, and this Bucs team is, I mean, they're solid. It's a former Super Bowl team, but mm-hmm. I mean, Baker has stepped in. He's doing a good job. Mm-hmm. Mike Evans, he's doing a good job. Chris Godwin doing a good job. Cade Otton doing a good job. Rachaad White having a hell of a year. And their defense is strong enough to kind of stop this Green Bay offense. So as much as I would like to just say Packers here, just because I feel like Jordan Love's gonna have him a game, I can't be sure of that. So I gotta go with the solid option here, and I'm gonna say Bucks win this 23-17 over the Packers.
All right. Next up, AFC East matchup. You got the Miami Dolphins going up against the New York Jets. This is a really, really tough one. Miami's at home in this game, but they've been looking a little bit shaky as of late too. And Tyreek is, not 100%. And Tua, he's starting to get a little bit, turnover happy again. And the thing is, the Jets are 5-8. I'm not going to say that they're probably not going anywhere this year. And if they do, it's going to be a miracle. But, I mean, the Jets right now are they're not scary. They're just solid. they're a team that can do okay. They can give you a B plus, a B minus C plus performance. And if you can win a game with a B plus C minus performance, the other team has to be absolute, dog water. And I don't think the Miami Dolphins are. I think they got just enough weapons and just enough in the tank to get it done. Now, I do think this is going to be a close game, but yeah, I think they're going to do just enough to get it done. So going ahead and give me the Dolphins in this game 28-26. Who you got? Jets, Dolphins.
I think Tyreek's gonna be fine. And as long as Tyreek's on the field, they should win this game.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. As long as Tyreek's on the field, they should have a chance to win this game. The first time they played the season, it was a bit close. The Jets gave them a little bit of a run for their money, but I mean, at the end of the day, just like the first time they played the Bills and it was close and they won, the second time they played them, they got blown out.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, that's what I'm expecting the Dolphins to do. After that Titans game, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think the Dolphins should win this pretty handedly. I'm gonna go with them winning this pretty easily. As long as Tyreek's healthy, Tyreek's still chasing the record. He's on pace, and I mean that team is healthy right now. Nothing tells me that Zach Wilson is gonna go out there and cook the Dolphins. Nothing tells me that. So give me the Dolphins in this. I'm gonna say 30-20 over the Jets.
All right. Next up, you got the New Orleans Saints going up against the New York Giants. It's the Tommy DeVito era, you hear? Paisan, and all that other Italian lingo. But yeah, it's a Tommy DeVito craze right now. And the thing is, that hype is gonna die down soon, and I think this is where it might die down. The Saints aren't really. I actually, like I said earlier this year, I picked the Saints to win the South, and I think that they still might actually can do that. I'm not saying that New York Giants go in there and walk the dog on them. Far from that. I do think they could do just enough to win, though, especially because the Saints kind of right now don't have that much of a direction. They got weapons. It's just that they don't really have directions. And Derek Carr might not be a good long-term option, but I do think that he's a hell of a lot better. Like him and his weapons are better than Tommy DeVito and his quote-unquote weapons. I think the Tommy DeVito hype dies down in this game. Give me the Saints 24-20 over the Giants. Who you got? Saints, Giants.
Saints, Giants. The Tommy DeVito era might still be here in my opinion.
Really? Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Derek Carr is not great. He hasn't been great this season. He's been mediocre. Taysom Hill, I still think, is out. We've seen that this Saints offense can be a bit quiet at times. They can go completely radio silent at times. They can't rely on Alvin Kamara so much. You can only do so many checkdowns. He's not going to go crazy. This Giants defense has actually been pretty solid. And Tommy DeVito is kind of a breath of fresh air for this offense. The way he kind of runs the option with Saquon it's been a masterclass for this team. He's been balling. He's taking advantage of his receivers. He's getting the ball out. He's doing what he needs to do. He's not gonna be like an Aaron Rodgers out there, but he's fast, man. I don't know if you watched him play, but when he takes off, he takes off.
Oh yeah, he's got to.
He's dude. And so when you can take pressure off of Saquon, which is what they need to do, and because when he runs the option, it's either 10 with him or 10 with Saquon. That's how it's looking.
Yeah, but as you recall, Daniel Jones was doing that too. But then again, Daniel Jones was running just not to get his ass. He was doing it just to not get his ass eaten alive.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is more of a pocket guy who can run.
Yeah, was running for his life, basically.
Tommy DeVito is more like Tommy DeVito plays more like Lamar than he plays like Daniel Jones. He when they run the option, he's looking to run. When Daniel Jones runs the option, yeah, sometimes he's going to run, but they just let him sit in the pocket a lot. It feels different. It feels entirely different when DeVito runs that offense versus Daniel Jones. I don't get it. But, I mean, maybe he's just the answer for that team for now. Maybe they'll keep him around for a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is an upset. I think the Saints get upset here by the Giants. I really do. So give me the Giants in this one. I'm going to say 27-21 over the Saints.
Wow. All right. Next up, we got AFC South matchup. You got the Houston Texans going on the road against the Tennessee Titans. And once again, it might be too late for the Titans, but they seem like they want to, put their second life back into it. But and Kansas City came off of a bad loss last week. And the thing is, I think it was more than a loss. I think that loss to the Bills hurt their morale, especially since the Bills are back in the playoff hunt when people said that they were, on their playoff hopes were on life support. The Chiefs had a chance to deliver the dagger, but they didn't. And to add even more insult to injury, they drop another game, then they're probably going to be in the bottom three wild card spots. And that's something that I did not see coming. There was a lot of questions going into Kansas City this season, but I mean, I'm not Kansas City. I'm rambling about the Houston Texans. I'm rambling about the Kansas City Chiefs. But we'll get to that game next. But yeah, but man, is CJ Stroud going to be active for this game? I don't think he is.
No, he's still in concussion protocol. Yeah, he's probably not even gonna. Yeah, he's not suiting up.
Yeah, concussion.
If he does, I'll be surprised. Yeah.
Oh boy, but thing is, Tennessee, like I said, I don't know what to think of them. Like I said, they seem like they want to come alive now, but it's just so. I don't know if I trust them enough because Derrick Henry can't do it all by himself. The quarterback situation is meh, and the defense ain't playing like it used to. So what can you really do? Oh boy, this is hard. You know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm gonna risk it. Tennessee's at home, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick them over the Texans. Give me the Titans over the Texans. Let's say 23-21. Who you got? Texans, Titans.
Oh, this one's easy for me. I got the Titans.
Yeah.
No CJ Stroud. No Tank Dell. No Nico Collins. Probably. Nothing about this Texans team right now screams we can beat the Titans. Even though the Titans do give up a couple plays in through the air, their run defense is good. So Singletary and Pierce are out of the question here. Derrick Henry has a history of running over this team, so he's been mediocre so far this season, but I can honestly see Derrick Henry just mowing down this whole entire Texans team. And there's nothing that tells me that the game script is going to get out of hand where we don't see Derrick Henry get a 20-carry game this week.
Yeah, 20 carries, about 100 yards, yeah.
Yeah, it screams Derrick Henry workhorse week. Whereas, other weeks, team might be behind by 14 points at halftime, and they got to go away from Derrick Henry. I don't think we see that this week. So, I think the Titans take this just because this Texans team is just battered at this point. So, give me the Titans in this 24-14.
All right. Now we got the New England Patriots at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, on my Kansas City Chiefs rant, man, like I said, I don't know what to think of it. And the thing is, like I said, they had so much promise, but a lot of people had questions about them. As far as whether they quote unquote still got it. They've dropped. Let's see, how many winnable games have they dropped out of the 5 losses? I would say they dropped 2, 3, maybe. And New England, they beat the.
They're gonna drop 2 or 3 games.
Yeah. Out of all the games that they dropped, how many of those do you believe were winnable for them? Let's see. They lost the season opener. They lost the season opener. Yeah, they lost the season opener. They just lost to the Bills.
That one was winnable. But Kelsey was hurt, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. They lost to the Broncos. That one they got They got pretty much dominated in that game. I don't think that was one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Kelsey. That's it.
Yeah.
All it is out there is just Kelsey. So, right. I mean, that one was. I don't think that was a winnable one for them.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs-Eagles one, winnable, but once again, they just couldn't get the offense moving.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bills one, I mean, it was a winnable one, but Kadarius Toney. So,
yeah. They got one of the toughest schedules.
Close games.
Yeah,
it's always going to be close games, but the issue this week is Bill Belichick is going to take Kelsey out of the picture. He's definitely going to focus on taking Kelsey out of the game script. So Mahomes is going to have to go elsewhere. And
which he can do.
We've seen that these guys aren't, I mean, they are too reliable outside of Rashee Rice. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to have to see how this goes. But a lot of these games are they're winnable. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs are always going to be in a winnable situation, but it's just a case of can they win with this receiving core.
Mm-hmm. Give me Kansas City in this game. I will say 26-17. What's your final score?
I'm still going to Chiefs here. I think it's going to be close. But give me the Chiefs in this. I'm going to say 21-16 over the Patriots.
All right. Next up, NFC West matchup. You got the 49ers going up against the Cardinals. The Cardinals, they pretty much have pissed away any playoff hopes as well. And San Fran is one of the top 3 teams in the AFC. I mean, in the NFC, and arguably top 3 teams in the league. I expect nothing. I mean, unless San Francisco has completely bad luck and completely just pisses the bed in this game, I don't see anything other than complete and total domination. So going ahead and give me San Fran in this game, let's say 31-13. And I'm being generous because the Cards are at home. But anyway, who you got? Cardinals, Niners.
Oh, give me the Niners. This is open and shut case. The Niners are. They don't have any crazy injuries. They should just dust these guys, to be honest.
Yeah.
This should be an open and shut case for the Niners. And nothing about this Cardinals team is intimidating. Kyler Murray doesn't have D-Hop or anybody crazy to, keep him in this game. Give me the Chargers, or not the Chargers, the 49ers in this. Let's just go with 35-13.
All right, next up, you got the Washington Commanders 4-9 going up against the LA Rams 6-7. The Rams have been fighting their asses off. I actually said that they was probably going to finish like 6th or 7th in the NFC, and with the way things are looking, they very well still could secure that last wild card spot if things keep going their way. Because they had a dogfight last week. Hell, every game they've been in is a dogfight, and they still are just slightly below 500. Washington, they're kind of up the paddle. They're kind of up the creek without a paddle right now. I mean, the thing is, Sam Howell is. I mean, this win, lose, or draw. I haven't really seen Sam Howell look too bad in any game he's played in. He's still pretty decent. It's just that the offense took a hit because of all these moves that they made. I mean, the defense took a hit with all these moves they made. Like now, a lot of people ain't even scared to throw down the field on them. And with the weapons that the Rams got, I'm pretty sure that's going to hold true. Go ahead and give me the Rams in this game. Let's say 27-17 over Washington. Who you got? Rams Commanders.
I got the Rams, but I do think you're right. I think this Commanders team, the offense hasn't been bad at all. I think Eric Bieniemy has done a great job over there. Probably going to get a head coaching spot somewhere after this season. But this Rams team they're clicking. I didn't think they were going to even have a great chance against this Ravens team, and they came out and they were balling. Cooper Kupp looked like he was he looked a bit healthier out there. We had the Puka from earlier this year come back out. Kyron Williams was running his it was a good showing, and I think that gave it the confidence to go with the Rams in this game. Something about the Commanders is it just doesn't feel like they're able to close out games. So, I guess you can blame it on the defense. I think their defense is going to get shredded up by the Rams this week. Mm-hmm. So, give me the Rams in this. I'm going to say 30-23 over the Commanders.
All right. Wow, you actually had them scoring a lot more than I do. But all right, anyway. No, this is a very, very good one. You got the Dallas Cowboys going on the road against the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills won last week, in a controversial match against the Chiefs. Dallas is actually on a tear right now. Dak is making a case for a top 3 MVP candidate. CeeDee Lamb is torturing people left and right, and that defense is getting back to where it was, even though they don't have Leighton Vander Esch anymore, who might be on the verge of retirement. Josh Allen, there's still a couple of question marks about him. I mean, but look at the weapons that he's got. And as long as his defense is serviceable, on their side of the ball, they could do fine. But the thing is it's a matter of, can Dak light them up? All right, do you see Dak lighting up the defense, or do you see that front seven that Buffalo has, get to Dak right before he can launch the ball out? Because at this point, I can't even say that Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott, because Dak is just putting it on. He's putting it on this year. I see this being like an overtime game or something. And the thing is, even if Dallas drops this game, they're still safe and got a playoff spot more or less, unless something crazy happens like the next couple of weeks where they just completely fall the face off the earth. But give me Buffalo in this game. Give me the Bills, let's say 28-27 over Dallas. Who you got? Bills, Cowboys.
Bills, Cowboys. I think I'm going to have to lean towards Cowboys in this game. I don't know why. It just feels like I don't mind going with the Cowboys in this one.
Yeah. I'm not mad at you if you do.
They got the momentum going. They're number one in the division right now because I guess they have some kind of tiebreaker with the Eagles. Mm-hmm. This Bills team, we've seen that they've had the ability to lose close games. They just lost a close game with the Chiefs, who I don't feel like offensively are all that great. But then you look at the Cowboys. The Cowboys have been offensively, they've been defensively too. They've just been cooking, and something about this Bills team doesn't seem very intimidating for the Cowboys to me. Mm-hmm. It might be a little closer than I'm thinking it'll be, but honestly, I'm leaning towards it being like a Cowboys 33, Bills 27 kind of situation.
I can see that. I can definitely see it.
Yeah, I feel like if this is going to be a game, it's going to be a shootout. I don't think the Cowboys are going to be stopped by the Bills defense, and Josh Allen is going to have to play the hell of a game. So, yeah, I got to go with that.
All right.
I'm going to say Cowboys 33, Bills 27. Yeah.
All right. Like I said, I could definitely see that shootout happening. And it all depends on who's got that ball in the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. So, yeah, it's all about who you trust more at that point in the game. Next up, this one is very, very interesting. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars at home against the Baltimore Ravens. If you told me 4 weeks ago that the Ravens would be number one in the AFC, I'd have thought your ass was nuts. But yeah, here they are at 10-3. I did not think it was possible. I mean, I thought it was possible. I just didn't think the shit was likely. The guy, Lamar's receiving core, they can catch now. Lamar is looking like he's in MVP form, and the defense is starting to look, very, very enforcing again. Jacksonville. It seems like, they still got playoff potential. They're still probably going to make the playoffs regardless, but it seems like somewhere along the way they slipped on a banana peel. And the thing is, the fact that Sunshine is playing 50-50, I don't know why they put him in the last game anyway, because that was a horrible move. That's a horrible freaking coaching decision. I don't know whose call it was to have him play, to have Trevor Lawrence play like that, but no. He should not have been playing last game. And I still think he's going to be playing hurt in this game, which is ridiculous. And I don't think that, no, I don't give a damn how good your O-line is. If you're not 50-50, it doesn't matter. I mean, Jacksonville still got a running game, but Baltimore's running game is slightly better. It seems like that whatever weapons Jacksonville has, and I actually think these two teams are probably going to see each other in the first round of the playoffs, to be honest. But yeah, it seems like whatever Jacksonville can do, Baltimore has an answer for at this point. So give me Baltimore in this game 28-20 over Jacksonville. Who you got? Ravens, Jags.
Ravens, Jags is definitely gonna be a Ravens game.
Yeah.
Even with what's his name? Trevor Lawrence back out there. He's not supposed to be out there on that ankle.
Like I said, I don't know whose idea.
Should have had him out for a couple of weeks, but he just knows that they have to go out there and play.
Yeah.
Like they have to have him out there and play him because they're so close to being out of playoff contention if they drop the last few games of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So while he's out there, I don't think he's really a huge threat on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he wants to be a huge threat on the ground. And I mean, Lamar Jackson, they're moving, man.
Yes.
They look like they're going to take the AFC at this point, and I mean, the Jags aren't going to be the team to stop them. They're going to put the foot on the pedal and keep it moving. This Jags team is basically it's hobbled. So, I mean, what can I say? Lamar is clicking. Lamar looks like he's going to win MVP. The team is on fire even without Mark Andrews out there. So, yeah, give me the Ravens in this one. I'm going to say 30-20, 23 over the Jags.
All right. And last but not least, Monday Night Football. This one is a very, very, very interesting game. You got the Seattle Seahawks at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles got smacked in the mouth last game, and I think they're going to be out for blood in this one. The Seahawks, they are looking good. I mean, thing is, it's still the Drew Lock show, but I think that Drew Lock is just going to be another victim on the hit list for Philly, unless Philly's morale took a hit because of the way they got beat by the Cowboys on Sunday. Don't get me wrong, the Seahawks, they are nothing to sneeze at. They are not to be played with. The thing is, I'm gonna tell you this: if Philly takes the Seahawks lightly, they're gonna lose this game. Trust me, because the Seahawks have been in some dogfights in this season. But man, Philly, I mean, they don't have a top 3 O-line for no reason. And come on, Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts, and he's better than Drew Lock at this point. This one might end up being another. I don't quote me on this, but I could see this being a low-scoring game with the defenses coming to life. All right, if it's a shootout, I will take Philly in a shootout. But if it's like a low-scoring defensive game, I would give it to the Seahawks in this one. But I'm betting my money on it being a somewhat of a high-scoring game. So go on ahead and give me the Eagles.
Just before you make your decision, though, Geno Smith said he felt really good, so he might play this week.
Man. I can't even say this plan is safe. But I might go ahead and just pick Philly. Give me Philly 28-24 over the Seahawks. Hopefully that's not a risky pick. But yeah, give me Philly by 4 points. Who you got? Seahawks, Eagles.
I got the Eagles. I think the Eagles are in a situation to win out at this point. Everything about this is we have to win out. We have to beat the Cowboys at their own game. Like at this point, they have probably the easiest schedule on the back end right now. They went through their gauntlet. I think they had to play. They had to play the Dolphins, and then they had a barn burner against the Commanders. Then they had the Bills. Then they had the 49ers, and then they had the Cowboys. That is a crazy, like that's a gauntlet.
And they're 10-3.
So for them to come out of that like 3-2, they came out of that 3-2. Like at that point, the Seahawks should be food.
With Drew Lock starting.
Yeah, this is a team.
Yeah.
I mean, Geno's probably going to play. I'm pretty sure Geno's going to play. He's talking about he feels good. He had a limited practice. I'm gonna take this with the thought that Geno is gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it matters too much. I think this Eagles team, they have to feel good. They have to feel good that they came out of that 3-2 because that was a hell of a fucking schedule for them to play back to back to back to back to back. All those teams, those are all Super Bowl contenders. So that's basically a playoff run. Yeah. And they came out 3-2. Then they get the Seahawks now, and then the rest of the schedule is pretty smooth. So I think this is a game they take very seriously. This is we win this one, we might win the entire NFC.
Yeah.
Give me the Eagles in this. I'm going to say 35-27 over the Seahawks.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it for this week's edition of the NFL Fourth and Goal podcast. Any final thoughts or prayers do you want me to say for you before we sign out tonight, Flip? Because the score is 42.
Oh. Yeah, I've been watching.
I cut that damn game off.
And laughed my ass
off,
but
this is comedy right now.
No prayer. No prayers needed. This is what I wanted. I wanted this to happen. I've been saying it for weeks that we have to lose for Staley to go. So
Jesus.
we're not going to be in playoff contention anytime soon.
Yeah.
We have no chance this year. Just lose this game. Yeah. We lose Staley. Bill Belichick is already having rumors come out that he's leaving the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Bring them on down.
Yeah.
Bring them on down to the sunny old California. I would be glad to have Bill Belichick here. So,
definitely.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Raise the draft pick.
Yeah.
Give me Malik Neighbors or Marvin Harrison, somebody.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
So, those are my final thoughts.
Yeah. Now, have you seen the updated playoff picture if the season ended today? Where everybody would be? Boy.
I have not, but I did hear you say there was a 5-way tie going, and I'm not surprised.
There's a 5-way tie. There's a 5-way tie in both the NFC and in the AFC. With
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
probably because the Lions have been selling this entire week or this entire month. So, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's crazy. And thing is, like I said, it's for the bottom 6. It's for the bottom 6 and 7th seed. Now, I think that it's a foregone conclusion that the top 3 teams in the NFC are probably going to be Eagles, Cowboys, and Niners. And the thing is, if you're the Cowboys, you want to stay in that top 3 seeds because God forbid you got to face either the Seahawks. I mean, not the Seahawks. God forbid you either got to face the Eagles or you got to face your kryptonite known as the 49ers on the road. You don't want to do that if you're the Cowboys. The AFC is a little bit more muddy. It's ridiculous because it's crazy because all the teams in the AFC conference are so close with 8 and 5 and 7 and 6. I mean, you got you got the Ravens who pulled ahead with 10 and 3. But yeah, everybody else in the AFC is so close with 8 and 5 and 7 and 6 and 9 and 4. It's so damn close. 1 or 2 weeks could change the whole damn game. The whole landscape. We could be looking at a whole different playoff picture. Just think. 2 weeks ago, the 49, not the 49ers, but the Kansas City Chiefs were number 1. Now they dropped to number 5. That's crazy. But man, like this, it's gonna be. The thing is, the AFC is gonna be a hell of a lot more interesting of a playoff race in the next 4 weeks, from week 15 to 18. But yeah.
Oh yeah. It's that's what I like to see though. I don't want to see all the playoff spots basically figured out by with 4 weeks to go.
No, yeah.
Let us have it go down to the wire at least. Those are always the fun ones where we have a bunch of playoff scenarios where if this team loses or this team loses, then this team has a chance to sneak in there. Because it's fun to see the Saints and Falcons battling it out. It's fun to see. I don't know. It's just fun to see these teams have to actually fight in week 18. It's so annoying when you see a bunch of teams that are just like, oh, week 18, let me just rest on my starters.
Exactly.
I hope this Eagles, Cowboys, and Niners situation goes down to week 18, where
it more than likely
is for 400 yards trying to win the NFC.
Yeah.
Like, give me that.
Yeah,
give me that kind of situation.
Yeah.
It looks like it's not going to happen in the AFC because the Ravens are running away with it, but maybe the Dolphins keep it interesting. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But
and I've seen, and the thing is, look, if you've seen the Chiefs' remaining schedule. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broncos might be able to steal the.
Yeah, the Broncos might be able to beat
the first time in like 5 years.
Yeah. Which means that the Chiefs, while they still, I think they're going to make the playoffs regardless. But how crazy would it be to see the Chiefs in either the 5th, the 6th, or the 7th seed?
So they're only one game ahead of a lot of these teams.
Yeah,
so
like I said, that's crazy.
They might get bounced out.
They're 8-5. That's nuts.
Yep.
And like I said, the Steelers are 7-6. If the Steelers took care of business against the Cardinals and the Chiefs, the Cardinals and the Patriots, they'd be 9-4. They'd be tied in the top 3 seeds. That's like I said, that's just how crazy the AFC is right now. But guess what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want this down to the wire, gritty kind of situation.
Yeah.
It's like when everything's solidified already, like 3 weeks before the game or the season's over, it's boring. Because those last 3 weeks are boring. So give me fun, adrenaline pumping, people are nervous that their team might not make it to the playoffs type of stuff. So, it's going to be fun to me because I don't have to worry about my team. I'm not going to be nervous or stressed at all. I'm going to be entertained. Get the popcorn out situation. So I'm cool with it 100%.
Yes. Well, all right, that'll do it for the 4th and Goal podcast. Flip, as always, you are a pleasure to have. I will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Thanks for having me, my guy.
No problem.